A Monterrey llegaron nuestros héroes a defender la gente de la ciudad. Contra los gringos lucharon los patricios como soldados mostrando la unidad. The defenders of Monterrey will not surrender to the army of occupation without a fight. Lieutenant General Pedro de Ampudia gathers 7,000 soldados in the city of Monterrey. He disobeys orders to retreat, but he will not abandon the 10,000 citizens of Monterrey to the marauders from the north. Los hombres no reservarán retirada ante el enemigo. Sunday, September 20th, 1846. Lochlan sleeps with his comrades in a half-built cathedral that has been converted to a citadel to protect Monterrey.
Lochlan, wake up!
What is it?
There, in the distance.
This is Little Known Legends, Episode 5, The Rogue's March.
The U.S. Secretary of War sent word to General Zachary Taylor. The command is clear. Dispose the enemy to desire an end to the war. In other words, attack them with enough brutality that they'll surrender without question. Shock and awe. So, 6,000 Yanks start a slow march south. Eager men fueled by President Polk's call to extend the borders of the United States to the Pacific. They now stand at attention, looking toward Monterrey.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, that's a lot of Yanks. Must be every soldier from Fort Texas.
And then some. Easy does it, Lochlan. You steady?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Just remember your training. We are all here together. Juntos! Santiago! John Cuttle!
Yeah?
Is it time?
Man the cannon!
The first to arrive are the Texans. Capitán Flores receives orders to send warning shots to keep them at bay.
Fuego!
Their shots fly straight and true. From the top of a small citadel, Lochlan and his friends reload as Taylor's army set up camp at El Bosque de San Domingo, a natural spring lined with oak and pecan trees. It is a place more used to summer picnics than soldiers.
Soldados, manténganse alerta.
There, to the east.
A desperate cavalry charge. 1,500 brave defenders of the city advance on the U.S. forces. Many will fall to Texan bullets. Presente. But they'll have no time to mourn.
Mira, al oeste.
The Yanks are on the move. Other side of the city.
Reset!
Their cannons roar as they protect the Mexican infantry. The gringos push into both sides of the city through Monterrey's suburbs. From his post, Brendan can see Mexican infantry fall back to the town plaza. U.S. forces push further and further into the city. From the citadel, Mexican cannons fire as fast as they can, desperate to turn the tide.
Doc!
Musket balls pepper the side of the cathedral-turned citadel. The soldiers of the battalion drop for cover, unable to return fire.
Yaotl, stay down!
Pinches gringos. ¡Viva México!
Yaotl,
They got him!
Bleed out if we don't get to it.
Man the cannons! Los gringos are climbing the wall.
we have to save Yaotl.
Lochlan, wait!
Time slows to a crawl for Lochlan as he sprints towards Yaotl. Musket balls ricochet around him, but he has no space for fear in this moment. All he can think about is getting to Yaotl.
Easy, brother. I got you.
Me dieron en mi hombro. Estaré bien.
Like hell you will.
Lochlan crawls to the closest cannon. He can feel the weight of the shot in it. It's loaded and ready to fire.
Fuego.
Wow! What a shot! Look at them run!
Back to your posts. Mándelos al infierno.
The U.S. Army won't try again to take the citadel. In fact, they will avoid it at all costs. They do everything they can to stay out of the reach of its cannons. Night falls. The fighting stops for the day. Weary soldiers on both sides keep their positions. The end is here. They know it. Tonight, no one will sleep.
How's that arm, Yaotl?
Mejor.
That was a brave thing you did, Lochlan.
It was nothing.
No fue nada. Estaría muerto si no fuera por ti.
He's right. You saved his life.
And mine. And maybe even half the unit.
Well, not me. Soy invencible. But, thanks all the same there, Lochlan.
It was a lucky shot is all. Besides, if the gringos had flanked us and gotten on up in the citadel, we'd have been in real trouble.
What do you say, hermano? Think we've earned a place here yet?
¿Está cerca?
Wednesday, September 23rd, 1846. General Taylor stands in the middle of the city street and gives the command. The Yanks go house to house, beating down doors and tearing down walls, searching for soldiers. There is little to stop them. No citizen is safe, man, woman, or child.
Fuego!
But they'll pay for each step as Mexican defenders fight until the end. From the battlement, Lochlan, Brendan, Yaotl, and the rest of the artillery soldiers use every cannonball and bag of powder they can to defend the people of Monterrey.
Allá. Mira a la señora.
A woman named Maria de Jesus dos Amantes dons a captain's uniform. She and other citizens of Monterrey grab guns and fire from the windows of their home. Those that can't huddle in fear under kitchen tables. But death has come to their doors, and it has taken over the city they love, the city in which they raise their children and dance late into the night. Monterrey is now a vast cemetery, whose streets are open graves for the soldiers who are invading it, the soldiers who are defending it, and far too many of its citizens. Hours of fighting. Seconds pass by in a blink of an eye or last a lifetime. The air fills with the crack of gunfire, the pound of cannon, and the screams of the wounded, dead, and ravaged. The Yanks can taste victory now. Vengeance for the Texans is at hand. They are close, only 2 blocks from the city square and their prize, the Bishop's Palace. Within it is the last of the defending forces and the remaining citizens of Monterrey.
Fuego! 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 Fuego!
What's going on down there?
Thinking the Yanks called off the attack.
Why?
Who's to say? Maybe they don't want to kill every man, woman and child left in Monterrey.
Yeah. Just most of them is enough, I guess.
So what happens now?
Ahora esperamos.
Capitán Flores, un mensaje para usted.
Gracias, soldado.
What's it say?
Soldados, el General Ampudia has negotiated a ceasefire. We are to leave the fortifications and Monterrey.
That's it. We're just gonna give up.
Lochlan, the city's lost. We got no choice.
After all that, we're just gonna
El
quit.
General has given the order and we will follow them. You will follow them. Is that understood?
Sí, Capitán.
Somos soldados, Lochlan O'Brien. Y los soldados siguen órdenes.
What do you think will happen to the people here? What will happen to their homes? Everything they own?
Es la guerra.
Yaotl is right. It's a war. And even with the best of them, you have to expect the worst from the winners.
The last place you want to be is the battlefield when the fighting stops.
Pray for the people of Monterrey, boys.
They march through the streets, surrounded on both sides by U.S. soldiers. Familiar faces stare back at Lochlan. His eyes lock on to Patrick, their friend who refused to leave Fort Texas. And he'll seeing the rogues march as they pass, just like all the others.
I left my home and I left my job. I went to join the army. If I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have been so army. Poor old soldier, poor old soldier. If I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have been so army.
What's this song?
Never heard
It's
it?
from the Brits, a song sung for traders.
You learnt a lot from the Brits.
That they did.
When we got back home again, dessert was my intent, sir. I sold my cotton, I sold my coat, and over the wall I went, sir. Poor old soldier, poor old soldier. If I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have been so army.
The song follows them through Monterrey, mocking them as they march through town. Lochlan takes it as long as his young spirit, nearly broken by 4 days of battle, can handle.
Poor old soldier, if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have been so hardy.
To hell with the lot of you!
Calm down, Lochlan.
Keep singing and see what happens.
Soldados, firmes.
Sí, Capitán.
De frente, marcha.
Went to a tavern and I got drunk, and that is where they found me. Back to the barracks in chains I was sent, and there they did impound me. Poor old soldier, if ever I ask for a soldier again, the devil shall be me sergeant.
The land will have an uneasy peace for 2 months, if the Yanks keep their word, which, of course, they won't. The U.S. has signed many treaties, and it's broken most of them. For Lochlan, Brendan, and the rest of the Legion of Extranjeros, it just means more marching. Further south they go, deep into the heart of Mexico. Miles each day, and resting at night around small campfires with their new family, one forged together by the loss of Monterrey.
Soldados, a descansar.
Thank you, Capitán, finally.
It's a nice night to be sleeping under the stars. At least we've got that much going for us.
I'd take a straw bed any day of the week.
Well, you got una manta de estrellas esta noche. How's that for Spanish, Yaotl? How'd you get wrapped up in all this anyway? Porque estás aquí en el ejército.
¿Y tú? Brendan O'Connor? ¿Por qué estás aquí?
Fair enough.
Ain't it all the plight? Whether it's the English folk taking our home and our food, or it's the Yanks here taking this one, or the folks in Philadelphia burning our churches and shooting us in the street. What more of a reason do you need?
That's quite profound of you, John Cuttle.
I have my moments.
Where'd you learn to speak so pretty?
What does it matter, Brendan?
Nothing wrong getting to know each other better. After all, we'll all be neighbours come peacetime. Somos vecinos. See, Yaotl?
Sí.
The way Monterrey went, you think we'll live in peace anytime soon?
The war's long from over. We'll make it through.
It'll be a Yankee noose for a necktie for the lot of us if we get caught.
That ain't gonna happen. Don't you worry.
You saw how Monterrey went. Every one of them was brave, for sure, but they aren't soldados. Half of them can barely fire a musket, let alone cannon. And you know what's on the other side of the field. You've held it in your hands.
That I have.
So maybe we don't stick around to find out how this plays out.
You seemed ready to take on the whole Yankee army when we were marched out of Monterrey.
Well, that was then.
And now you were thinking something else.
That's right.
So you've been in one fight and you want to keep running.
We've run this far, haven't we? Why not just keep running?
That's enough of that talk. Not saying it's been easy, but it's been fair. You can say that.
You know how this is going to play out.
No, I don't. And neither do you. We gotta stick together. Juntos.
Brendan.
Juntos.
Juntos.
That's a good lad.
Atención, Capitán Flores.
Descansen, soldados.
What brings you to cavorting with us regulars, Capitán?
I have a letter I am to read to you. El General Antonio de Padua, María Severino López de Santana y Perez de Lebrón wishes to send to the soldados of La Legión de Extranjeros his extreme gratitude for your service to the great nation of Mexico, and so on, and so on. On behalf of El General Santana and the people of Mexico, I am to notify you that La Legión de Extranjeros has been disbanded.
What? No way.
Atención! All soldiers of the Legion are to be incorporated into a new official battalion in our army, El Batallón de los San Patricios. Teniente John Riley has requested that Lochlan O'Brien carry your colors. This flag, it is yours.
Why?
He said you would know.
Lochlan unfurls the flag. Emerald green for the Emerald Isle. The Irish harp on one side, St. Patrick on the other. Its design and make is simple, but to the Irish soldiers looking at it, it could have been made of the finest silk.
That's some honor there. You being asked to carry this?
What about you?
He didn't ask me.
He didn't ask me either.
Nor me. And when the gringos start shooting at us, I prefer to be able to shoot back.
Señor Riley wants you to carry it. Esto es por una razón.
You still think we're spies, Capitán?
Creo que son soldados de México.
St. Patrick there drove the snakes from Ireland. Think we can drive these Yankee snakes from Mexico?
If los San Patricios fight like you did in Monterrey, creo que sí.
The San Patricios, eh?
We join El General in the morning and then march to face the gringos in the field. Rest up, Patricios. Our fight has just begun.
Con su bandera volando por la tierra mexicana, marcharon los San Patricios al destino y hasta la gloria.
Little Known Legends was produced by Radical Evolution. That's me, Merope Peponides.
And me, Beto O'Byrne.
The series is written by Beto O'Byrne and directed by Kinan Valdez, with music direction by Chaz Croslin and audio editing and sound design by Danny Perez. Lead music recording engineer is Emiliano Valdez. Performances in this episode by Katrina Valdez, Enrique Andrade, Ulises de la Cruz, Shane English, Sean Gormley, Joseph Jones, Ed Malone, Tim Ruddy, John Concado, Adam Files, Eugene Negrete, and Arisael Rivera. This series is in memory of Noé Yaquat Montoya. For more information on Radical Evolution and the team, and to get in touch with us, visit radicalevolution.org.